Those who have a smile on their faces are the strongest after all. And he does this. What's going on, everybody? Sean Ross here, and welcome back, guys, to a special live reaction that I will be doing for the Volume 0 manga one-shot chapter, which is entitled All Might Rising, which is a small 9-page prequel chapter tying in to the movie My Hero Academia, The Two Heroes, and I am very excited for when this movie is going to come out. But before that time comes, I have this little prequel chapter to hold me over and to give me a little glimpse into what the content and the storyline most likely will be in The Two Heroes, because since this is a prequel, and just judging by the title alone, we're going to be getting a little bit of All Might's origin, I believe, within this movie, and most likely within this chapter, because you don't give a chapter All Might Rising unless it has something to do somewhat with his origin story, or at least with how Toshinori Yagi developed into All Might. That's at least what I am gathering from the title alone, but I'm just curious to see what these 9 pages have in store for me. And I do know that Horikoshi was originally supposed to do 4 pages, but he went beyond. He went plus ultra and did 9 pages.
Go beyond! Plus
I hope you guys follow along with me. If you guys check the link in the description down below, I'll leave a link to this one shot just in case if you guys have not read this yet. But follow along with me. We're gonna have some fun with this live reaction. Let's just see what Horikoshi planned and just drew in this 9-page chapter entitled All Might Rising. And the first thing that I do see is the cover that came along with this one-shot chapter, Volume 0 Origin, the title My Hero Academia, and we see the main characters that will be starring in the movie. We see Jiro, Ochiko, Deku, Todoroki, Ida, Kirishima, Denki, Mineta, Momo, Bakugo, and the new character Melissa, who I love her character design, and I'm very much looking forward to learning more about her character. But that right there is the cover for this chapter, so let's move on to the very first page. And here we see a young All Might being tossed away, which I believe that is the glove of Nana Shimura. But what is this? Is this Nana Shimura going up against All For One? He is a beast right here. This is All For One in his prime right here. What powers is he using? He is an utter beast in this panel right here. Like, there's so many quirks being used by him, and we see Nana Shimura holding her ground. So that's her right there. The start of July, and she turns around, and I think she's looking back at Toshinori, who she just threw to the side. I leave the rest to you, Sorahiko. Gran Torino's here too. He's taking Toshinori out of this situation. So Sorahiko is Gran Torino's real name. Make her dream come true. I think that might be a typo right there. I think it's make his dream come true. Like, because just going on with the dialogue here, I leave the rest to you, Sorahiko, make his dream come true. I think that would make a little bit more sense. But yeah, Gran Torino is taking Toshinori out of here, and he is just crying back, staring back at Nana, screaming, Master, 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 Master. And Nana Shimura is holding her ground, and there it is. The shot that I have seen where she is pointing back at, and she's calling him All Might. So he already has the name All Might right here. He has already come up with his hero name, because this is a young All Might. He is not bulky yet. He is still a novice. He is still training. But damn, the way that this correlates with what All Might did with Deku at the end of the All For One fight, pointing to him and basically saying, next, it's your turn. This is basically Nana Shimura saying the same thing to All Might, pointing to him and saying, I've done all I can, now it's your turn. Which kind of makes me think, are we going to be seeing Nana die here? Because she died at the hands of All For One. So she says, All Might, I leave the rest to you. And she gives a fist. She's like, you got this moving forward. You have One For All. move on. And yeah, Toshinori's just still crying. Gran Torino's doing the best he can to get him out of here. Oh my god. Look at that panel shot. That is the best panel shot we have had of an actually faced All for One, where he actually has his features. You can see his eyes, his nose, his mouth. He's got hair. He's no longer a walking scab with whatever he has on his face. But yeah, that is an awesome panel of All for One. But he's staring right down at Nana Shimura. Thank you for such wonderful comedy and just a big flash of light. And they seem to be on some type of barge in the middle of the ocean. But, damn, we just got to witness Nana Shimura's death at the hand of All for One. I was never expecting us to actually see that. Maybe in a flashback in the manga. But damn, with the current events with chapter 193 that just came out, and having All for One present within this one-shot, it just makes it that much better. That is beastly. Yagi Toshinori was only 18 when he was separated from his teacher, Nana Shimura. So he is 18 at the start of this chapter. He was 18 when Nana sacrificed herself against All for One. No matter what city, that guy's breath reaches everywhere. And we see All Might training with a very large Gran Torino. He's not short, he's not Yoda size, he's actually normal height. Training All Might right here, hitting him in the face, hitting him in the stomach. If you can't keep up, you'll get killed by him too. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Damn, and then he just gets kicked right in the face, right in the jaw. You call yourself the symbol of peace, right? And then just kicks him to the side, kicks him down. And Gran Torino, it is weird seeing Gran Torino actual normal size and not compact like Yoda. It's just weird to see, but if you notice, he's actually eating one of the taiyaki fishes that he loves so much. So he's eating dessert while kicking the crap out of All Might. Your enemy is a monster who's been alive for over 100 years. It's impossible. My master fought with the last of the fire within her. If I am the holder of One for All, I can, at least. And then Gran Torino says, it was too early for her to lose to some old-timer. And then sacrificing her own family to raise One for All, she was a real hero. So they're bringing up the fact that she threw away, you know, her civilian life. Like, I think her husband most likely already died at this point, and then I would assume she already put her child into the foster care system, up for adoption. So she abandoned all that to train All Might. She gave up everything to make sure that One for All would be passed on. And then Gran Torino says, you're her successor. And All Might's just on the ground crying. I thought of her as my own mother. That's powerful in and of itself, because I never assumed that we would ever meet All Might's parents at all. But the fact that their relationship, him and Nana, were so strong, he not only viewed her as a mentor, someone that was basically pushing him forward to achieve his dream of becoming a symbol of peace, but it kind of got more personal than that, to where he kind of viewed her as his own mother. And the fact that he had to watch his own mother, in a way, die at the hands of All for One just makes the grudge match between those two that much more impactful. I'm only a few pages in, and this is an amazing chapter thus far. All right, Gran Torino pulling up All Might by the collar of his gym uniform. Toshinori, what you lack is experience. Well, yeah, he's still a novice. Accumulate as much experience as you can in order to defeat someone who has more than 100 years worth of experience. While you attend school, I will train you. When you graduate, go across the ocean. So this is where we're coming to learn about the year training that All Might had under Gran Torino, but then he's saying once you graduate from UA, go abroad, go across the oceans, which I'm guessing he goes to America, right? That would tie into why he's so Americanized and why all of his smashes are named after United States. But yeah, All Might's shocked at this. He's like, wait a minute, go across seas? The ocean? You want me to just leave this country? Even though this is the country my master tried her best to protect? I know how deeply you feel about this. and then All Might just staring back, but if you're within his reach still, then you don't stand a chance. That's actually really smart in a way, because currently right now, All Might is nowhere near the power level he needs to be at in order to take on All for One. So by taking him out of the country, away from the grip of All for One, he can hone his skills, he can train, he becomes stronger, and he becomes the All Might that we know, and then eventually does take on All for One, but then it kind of ends in a draw because they both severely injure one another. But this puts so many things into context right now from the manga. I absolutely love this. But if you're within his reach, then you won't stand a chance. Do you know why Shimura let you escape? Toshinori, do you know why? Save your power. The following spring, Toshinori graduated. He graduated from UA, and he's gotten a bit buffer, and he's actually gelling his hair up. He's got the horns, he's got the antennas that we know so well, and he's got eyes. But yeah, he's packed up, he's got his luggage set, he's preparing to go abroad, it looks like. Now he's starting to look like All Might. That looks cool. Hurry, he'll notice if you linger. No matter how scary it is, I have to smile and say I'm okay. Those who have a smile on their faces are the strongest after all. And he does this. What Nana instilled in him when she was doing the same thing, basically telling him the people that smile always are the strongest people. And that is what inspires him to always smile for other people. And this is the first time he is putting that into practice. He's basically saying, all right, no more frowns. You're going to be smiling for everyone here on after. And then number 0, All Might Rising. I will be back. I will use all my might. The symbol of peace will return. I am here. Wow. This was only a 9-page chapter, but yet I feel like this puts so many things into context. There was so much good stuff crammed into here to where you don't really need a chapter going 18 to 20 pages. This gives me just enough on the origins of what inspires All Might to become All Might. We get to see All for One being at his prime, being an utter savage, going up against Nana Shimura. We get a glimpse of that fateful battle, and Nana Shimura risking her life, sacrificing herself for not only for Toshinori to go on and to continue, but also to have the power of One for All continue as well, and how this has affected All Might and is striving him forward to leave temporarily Japan, get out of the grasp of All for One, to go off, train, get better, get stronger, and then return with a vengeance to take out All for One. And that right there is just beautiful to see. And this ties in the fight, the backstories that we had, everything from the manga. I feel like you can just take it all to this moment, and it makes it so much clearer right now. Like, it's kind of funny to see how much Deku is like All Might in a way, but also just to see how All Might grew as a person and became the symbol of peace that he needed to be. He was given the conviction and the drive to do it, and he ended up doing it by going to America, and that's how he develops the American superhero style that he kind of has, and most likely how he develops all of his smashes by practicing, perfecting them in the United States. Oh man, this right here was a great one-shot. I would love to have a physical copy of this, but I doubt there's going to be an English translation of this. It sucks, but I envy all you guys in Japan. But if they do, hopefully, maybe this is just wishful thinking, but maybe Viz will do a limited release of an English version of this. But even if they don't, I'm at least glad I was able to read this. And now moving forward in the manga, to whenever more of this stuff pops up, I will be thinking about the stuff that happens in here, and it's going to make all of those moments that much more impactful. So there you have it, guys. That right there was my live reaction, but now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about this chapter as a whole, of All for One, of Nana Shimura, of Gran Torino, and then getting to see kind of the origin of All Might as a character, but also into becoming the hero that he was meant to be. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. And if you guys want to talk more about My Hero Academia, about the one-shots, about the movie, or about the manga on a week-to-week basis, Feel free to follow me on Twitter, guys. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until my next My Hero Academia related video comes out on my channel, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, guys, do this one for the origins of All Might. Go beyond, plus ultra.